Oh my God. They found me. I don't know how, but they found me. Run for it, Marty!
Hey YouTube, I hope you can hear me. I've got some issues going on. Maybe you can hear me. We got some things going on set up here. Let me drop in Z King here and see if he can. Can you hear me at all, Zach?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. The audio is a little jacked up, but yeah, I've got everything set up different. So does my audio sound like crap? I'm just doing it live through my iPad. So you'll hear room noise and everything else tonight. But are you able to hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you pretty decent. Yeah.
All right, let me go to the chat and see if people.
I do have you turned all the way up though.
Yeah.
At least on my laptop here.
Showing there. Voice chat
on. My headphones.
Jeff Russell said, sounds good. Thanks, Jeff. All right. Let me make sure that the Jarvis is working. I don't think he is. I don't think Caster is working. That's the problem. Let me see here. Might not have Jarvis tonight, guys. But that's okay. Because I'm having to work primarily over here. You can probably see, here's my normal streaming screens. So I can try this one more time. See if we get any Jarvis audio at all. Hey, Double A, how's it going? No, we are not getting any. We're not getting any screen audio, but I guess that's okay. I guess that'll do it for tonight because I got a lot of stuff to go over, and as long as you guys can hear me, if you see anything in the chat, you know how to open the chat on the side of your screen there. Zach?
I'm sorry, do what now?
You know how to open the chat over there on the side of your screen?
Yes.
Okay. If you see anything in that I'm missing, let me know.
Okay.
Let me see if I can add this. There we go. All right, so I'm going to try to do this tonight without making everybody sick. What I'm working on tonight, let me just do this big. All right, what I'm going to show you guys tonight is this is the beginning of my race setup. I'm actually streaming through this iPad right now, so my voices and everything, audio is all coming from this iPad Pro. This is normally my stream setup here, but it's actually broadcasting, and this is Jarvis. I don't have any audio coming through Jarvis right now, so that's why we're running everything through this, because I figured adding multiple, because right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screens in here, and well, 6 if you're counting. This is an old Soki race that we did. It's just playing in the background, give you guys something to look at when I'm working on things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this camera in a few places every now and then, and let me go back to this. All right. So yeah, there we go. One on the bottom is the iPad, and let me rename this camera from Fat Pastor to Hand Camera, so I'll know which one's which. Okay. All right. So what I'm hoping to do tonight, the whole purpose of doing all of this tonight is to share with you guys what all I use to run a tiny whoop race. Let's see who we got in the chat real quick before I go on. Let's recognize everybody. We got Mr. Jeff Russell. I think he was the early bird tonight. Mr. Double A is here. The moderator's moderator, Mike Bergman. Thank you, Mike, for coming out. Gravel Rotor is with us. Kids Bartlett, sup, hey, buddy. And I thought I saw Philiblaster in here somewhere. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I thought Fat Pastor. Okay, so bear with me because I'm juggling. I feel like the little clown spinning plates on a stick. Because normally this is a lot anyway. I'll bring you with me here and I'll show you a little bit. What I've got so far is I've got trackside, which this is basically OBS running, and trackside running over here. And I've gone in and put in all of the pilots' names, and I listen that it pronounces the names right. And this is easier to do when, well, that's confusing because I'm pointing my finger up there and I'm pointing my finger here. It looks like it's easier to do when you log in and sign up on MultiGP, because I can just bring your data right in. And now I do have to phonetically change some of the names.
Crippled Carbon.
That's a new guy. If you guys are on and listening, I'm just going to play these names here real quick.
Jolly Condor.
That's Justin. Jolly Condor. I had to spell that a little bit, and they couldn't figure that out. No, let's not do that. Go back to our house. And all that I'm doing is just clicking on the pilot's info and telling it to speak.
I thought I just turned that down.
That's Mike's MDM FPV. But If you don't register, then let me delete this race because I started one there and didn't mean to. If you don't, then I've got to go in by hand and enter everybody's information. Also, if you're watching, this is a multi chapter race. Since I'm going to be teaching Mr. Zach over here and his lovely wife Tirsa how to the beginning stages of doing what I'm doing now, how to set all of this up. Granted, it's not something they're going to get. They're going to fully grasp in the first race, but most of the people there are their guys, and it's going to be in Shelbyville, Tennessee, instead of at the church like we normally do. And so it's Music City Multi-Rotor and Soki. And what I need to do, I need to see if you've got any graphics on Music City Multi-Rotor so that I can add that here underneath. See, I've got Soki here. And if I was to just hit start or go live, this is OBS right here, actually. It's running, and trackside's running inside it. So, the trackside's running over here on this other screen. This is running the OBS. This screen is running trackside. So, that's the first thing you got to do is you've got to get a laptop that is fast. Oh, that's the thing about this little camera. It rotates, guys. Just bear with me.
I'm going to call Baron right quick.
Don't do it in the back.
First thing you got to get is you got to get a laptop that's fast enough to run OBS and to handle the video that's going to be coming in from trackside to OBS. And I picked up another little laptop. Got an amazing deal on this from Amazon, and I'm probably going to run the timer. Probably going to be running the timer through it tonight. So, oh, did it? It's way off. What just happened to iPad? Just on that. On here, it's got a normal picture, right? Are you seeing a normal picture of the one down on the bottom, Zach? Or is it hyper zoomed in?
No, it's a normal picture.
Okay. Yeah. On my display, it's just showing the nose of that airplane right up there. Or that airplane over there. That red one. So, first thing, and what I'm using here is, it's not fancy. I don't know if you can see this. Come on, Warner. Come on. This is a Ryzen 5 5800 with the Radeon 8 graphics GPU, built-in GPU in it. Now, this one is a Ryzen 7 with the Vega 10 GPU built into it, so it should, in theory, work faster than this one. But this one's my older one's got everything already set up in it. So, what we're going to do, if you got your noise in the back, that's just my printer. back there and printing up a few tiny whip cases for guys at the race. This cord is going to, it's put this, I luck right there, I'm telling you. Let's see if I just put it right here for the time. That works. Okay. Good. No, that way. This way. No, come on. This way. All right. Okay. So first thing you got to do is you got to get at least one decent laptop. And ideally, you need two for what I'm about to go in and show you guys. Pay no attention to my hair and all that stuff tonight. This is very impromptu stream. So also, if you're wondering, this is a camera focuser. So if you see it moving like that's it's supposed to, because this thing is auto-focusing. So what I've done is I've gone in and I don't need to go through them, but I've checked every. Oh, okay. See, it don't have that. So I need to fix these. Now let's see.
Seeking FPV.
There we go. I thought I did everybody, but evidently I didn't use that. Because it was already in my system. And
Seeking FPV.
also something else while I'm dealing with this with the audio. It's good to have which I've got it already in the Jeep. We'll bring it all in here and just. I think I've already brought it in. Maybe just right over there, but on the other side of this gun safe. I've got like a 300 watt amplifier speaker that the audio from the trackside laptop will go out into that. So when it reads their names and it tells them to change channels.
Brad Barron.
Like that Rad Baron, you would hear that. That would be loud through a PA system, and of course I have a microphone where I can talk to the racers. So first thing that I've done is I've just gone in with those that are registered. I know that there always is people that show up at the race. Excuse me. There's always people at the race that show up that don't log in MotoGP. And again, if you're watching, even if you're planning on coming and you don't come, it's much easier to delete you. That takes 2 seconds than it does to be trying to set you up while we're tuning everybody's quads. So if you think you're going to come, go to Soki or Music City Multi-Rotor and sign up. So I see Matt's here. What's up, sexy babies? Well, thank you. I told you not to talk to me like that on the live stream, man. People's gonna start thinking something. But yeah, we got it all set up. What I've set up is these are practice rounds, and right now we have 10 pilots registered, and we're running 2 heats of 5, and I'm expecting more people to show up. I think we'll at least have 12, which if we had 12, then we'd break this down into 3, 4 brackets. So each round, I can simply add another race, do it like this, and then populate it with pilots just by dragging and dropping from over here. So that's just trackside 101. But little something, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Let me make this screen the big screen for a minute. Okay. I apologize. If I get this stuck on here and don't change it back off, remind me I'm bad about doing this. Here on tracks, I don't know if you guys can see this, but here in this race, it has, well, it actually put a few more people in there than it needed to put in there. Let's see, that's what it did. Let's remove that pilot, this pilot back up here. Okay, but before they had little triangles in the colors over here, and that was indicating that that pilot would have to change the channels. I'm trying to set this up so that we don't have pilots changing channels very much. But when you've only got when you've only got a race timer that has eight channels on it, and you've got 10 pilots, you're going to have to start sharing the channel. So that's what we're doing here. So we'll set these 2 rounds up. These are just practice rounds, and round 3 will actually start basically what's called qualifying races. So, and I run brackets. If those of you that know about racing, if you're wondering, I'm trying to get this on real light instead of that white, whatever. So how we do that is, if you have a 4-4 race, which is really how I like to run it. I really like to run heats of 4 racers. That way 2 move on to the winner's bracket, and wow, just a bunch of balloons. Just did that go through with you guys?
Yeah, I seen it on my end anyway.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened, but happy birthday to somebody. So 2 go to winners brackets, and 2 will go to losers brackets. There we go again. Somebody figured it out. Yep.
What up, Matt?
Hey guys. Hey John, how's it going? Let me get my iPad over here. Not my iPad, my iPhone on this. What are you doing? It's a squirrel. Give me a second, guys. Audio and everything's fine, right?
Oh, and
he says he's a sexy baby.
if you're watching and you haven't went on to Multi GP and signed up for the race, go ahead and do that because it helps us out.
Please.
With getting the race set up and everything if you're already like in there. So
yeah, that'll help
if
us.
you could do that, it'd be much appreciated.
It does. So yes, and because all this that you saw earlier on here, all of this I have to go in and set up manually if you don't. And each pilot and what their channel is, what their real name is, what they're flying, all that kind of stuff. And MultiGP has that. So also when you're setting up in MultiGP, go ahead and, I know it's going to take a second, but take your camera, take your phone, log into MultiGP, take a picture of your tiny, your drone, and then, that way we'll know what you're flying and all that kind of stuff. And if your bio has a picture in it, we're not going to do it at this race, but later when we put up the pilots, let's see if I can go live here. So anyway, it can have your pilot's name and all that stuff, a little bio about you. what you're racing and all that kind of stuff if you want it. So the next thing that I'm going to get into showing you guys is the timer, how I hook the timer up and what the timer does to trackside and how they work together, Rotor Hazard and trackside. Anybody got any questions first? Let me see. Four up is a challenge. Yeah. I'm using the, and you'll see that here in a second. This is my video. We're going to go into that here in a little bit too. So that is the HD0 event VRX, which, Zach, are you guys bringing a TV? You told me.
I'm sorry, to what?
Are you guys bringing a TV? Tirsa told me that she thinks.
Yeah, we can. We can't bring a TV.
Yeah, but you and Baron says that my TV's too big. They all want a little bitty TV. And Marty's the only one that has the 30-inch or 40-inch. Mine's a 65.
I didn't load it today.
It don't matter to me. Yeah, we can bring a TV. We got a 65-inch. If we can haul it, haul it.
Yeah, Dad's SUV.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, we got options. You just tell us
what Matt
that
said.
65 doesn't have a base though. That has to be hung up, don't it?
Both of mine.
I've got like a 46, 42, 46-inch little ON that at church that I used to set up. I mean, it's not.
We'd have to.
This thing's size, but
mine we'd have to lean it up against the wall or something because it don't have a base. They were wall mounted flat screens, so
yeah,
and they may not even work. They've been sitting out in the barn for a year.
Well, I could probably run by church tomorrow and pick up the little TV that I got. And basically, what I do, turning my phone around like it's the camera. Basically, what I'll do is I'll usually set the TV up, blocking most of what I'm doing, or set it down on the floor if it's a bigger one, down so people can see it. And we'll see how that goes. So we got trackside up and going. Let's assume that we got all of our pilots in, and we got 10 pilots racing. We're going to do 2 5-race rounds, and we'll do those, and we can you can decide whether you want 3 to move on, first, second, and third to move on. I usually like to only have 2 move on, and but then that would put you breaking your losers brackets down again. But that's just something you'll have to figure that stuff out when you go to when you get to the race, because I can't pre-calculate that here tonight. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get the timer, and you can get these at Harbor Freight for about $10 or $15. I recommend getting one. They're watertight. You don't want your timer. You don't want those nodes getting wet and all of that. And we finished a race one night at church, and I was going to take. Well, a lot of us was going to go to Mexican, and when we stepped outside, it was snowing hard and accumulating. So this is the timer. You guys have seen it. If y'all watch the channel, you're not new to the nuclear hazard or rotor hazard. I'm bad about saying roto hazard. This is the nuclear hazard 8-node timer. You can run a race with 4. I've done it for years. So let me show you what else I got here. So follow me. I'm going to switch the screens around again. Come on. All right. So what I've got back here, this is just my Cat 5 cable. And get more of that than what you think you're going to need. It's just trust me. There's a big spool of that. That's running from my router to this Wi-Fi router, which runs the timer. And the reason for that is you don't want to have to be changing your IP address setup on your Rotor Hazard everywhere you go. I got this on Amazon for like $10, and it's 2.4 or 5 gig. And what that does also, after you get your pilots get more advanced and stuff, they can actually log in to the Rotor Hazard timer and with their phone, and they can start checking their laps. They can see who's up next, all of that. And all that I did was take a regular Cat 5 cable, plugged it into any of the middle ones, not the orange port. That's where your data is going to come in. That's what's hooked it out to the internet in the real world. And the Raspberry Pi will have the Raspberry Pi 3B or 3B Plus has a Cat 5 in it. This is something else that I recommend. You get them at Amazon for about $5. It's just an XT60 to XT60, and it's an on and off switch. For those of you that are still using FR Sky, sorry, it gags me a little bit. This is perfect for binding because you can, instead of doing that stuff where you got to plug the battery up while you hold the button and dance on one foot, you can just flip the switch and it turns it off and on. So I'm going to grab a battery here. This is usually what I will run off of, or I have a power supply that has an XT60 end on it. That's 12 volts. The Rotor Hazard is 2 to 5S. Do not plug a 6S battery into nuclear hazard, Rotor Hazard. You will fry it. So we get the timer up and going, and you got to give it a little bit of time, let it do its beeps and twerps and stuff like that. The timer's on. Now, what I do, where you put the timer is very important. Think of your track. Let me see if I can. Let me switch cameras here to this other camera. All right, we heard that beep again. All right, you can see me here. Let's say this this TV screen here is the room we're going to be flying in. You guys see this thing? The circuit's just going to go what you guys would see as clockwise around the race area. Don't point your timer out into the track. And by that, what I mean, this is what I use. I've always got to jump in this thing. But I get a metal ammo can, and I take this thing up so it stands out like a turd in a punch bowl. Okay? You want it to stand out because you don't want people messing with your timer. You don't want people, if you've got to run your Cat 5 across the floor, tape it down, all of those things, because inevitably people will be walking and they get excited during the race. They're not paying attention and their foot hangs the Cat 5 cable, and the next thing you know, you've got a timer that your Cat 5 port is jacked up, and that's it. So I take the lid off. That just slides right off, and I place the timer inside of the ammo can like so. Now, this is how you point it away from something. Your signal is going to come in basically, because this is a metal. Don't get one of the plastic ones. This is one of the metal 50 caliber ammo cans. So you want to point this back at. Is that your dog, Zach?
Yeah, Taz is snoring.
So you want to point this. Say if the screen out here in front of me is your track, you don't want this pointed out into the track. Turn this thing all the way around, back it up, have your start finish gate go through here, as you're saying it. Everything's backwards to me, which that would be like here. Have it go through here, and there's no track over here. There's no track at all over here. So then you go back around and you do your circuit. That will save you. I wish somebody would have told me that in the beginnings, because that will save you a big headache. If you don't do that, what you will run into is you'll be getting somebody will have a VTX that's maybe a little strong, or it may be a little weak, and you're having to turn that node up to be able to read them. And then anybody else that goes around through that other part, all of this up in here, you'll start picking up false laps. So again, if you have your timer, don't have it pointing, blasting out into your track like so. Have it facing back toward the edge of your track. Don't be hitting your airplanes either. So
good to know.
Right. Now, what the Rotor Hazard is doing is it's plugged into the Wi-Fi, and it is broadcasting a wireless signal that's really on the internet, but it's not on, which I could switch everything to this. And I know I would at the race, like where you go, if they have Wi-Fi, then everything's going to go through the same thing. But I don't do that normally. These cameras over here, or these computers over here, they're run off of same Wi-Fi that these are running off of right here. That's my Mac Mini right down here. That's just where that's at. If those of you ever wanted, that's pretty much my setup. My bench is not very big. Got a big drawers and a bunch of, y'all can't see that, can you? No, because I still have it locked.
I think he's in the group.
Okay. I've been sending out individual text messages. So I can
There we
share
go.
them.
Try this again. Sorry, guys. So are you pointing the timer nodes toward the wall of the ammo can, having it back? No. The nodes are off the top up here. All of these stacked up just like this. The ammo can comes around it, and there's just an opening on the ammo can. If you think you can see this here, imagine it in the box, and this is open. I will have the start finish gate on this side. and then I'll have the back of the ammo face the rest of the track. So everything is blocked off except for that start finish gate. I want it isolated. I want it from other gates, just because it's going to make your life simple. And somebody give that dog a CPAP.
Tabs. Wake up.
Don't wake him up. He cut it bad, doesn't he?
Don't let him out.
So this is my normal streaming setup. Here's my little bench that I work off of. Lots of little cabinets. They make these for women. Amazon sells these. They make them for women's makeup and stuff, but they're perfect for putting your micro cables in, all this kind of stuff. And this is my bench cam. Right under my bench cam, this is the Mac Mini. This is it, Mac Mini M2 Pro out there. And that's my bench set up. I have 2 overhead lights that flush down on me to keep as much as the lens glare as possible down. So we got the timer running. It's running through this white wireless router. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open up another laptop. This is a new one. I just got it the other day. But I could probably, I'm going to try this too. I could probably minimize this and
while I'm thinking about it and you're setting that up, I got a little public service announcement about this. The Whoopster 3 charger. But I figured that this would happen if it ever happened. And so I mean, common sense would, most people probably know, but just in case you've ever wondered, if you plug a battery into this thing, like a flat pack into the XT60 port, and you leave it or forget about it, fall asleep, that battery is done. It will drain it all the way down to 0 volts.
Yep.
So this morning I woke up and a brand new 6S 1300 was toast.
I mean, I'll tell you what I do. I even do this on my timer. These things right here, get them on Amazon for little to nothing. You put it on your balance lead. Hang on.
Yeah, I've got one.
And what if this is on my balance lead and I've got it set up? Oh, let's see, that's already low. It's going to start beeping here in a little bit. When it drops below a certain voltage, of course, this is lithium ion. So when it drops below a certain voltage that you can set, we're at 14.6. What do we got it set at? 3.5. At 3.5, this thing's going to start beeping and letting me know. Shut down Rotor Hazard. And that's why if you can, get a power supply, put an XT60, a 12-volt power supply, put an XT60 end on the end of the thing, and be done with it. Now, I'm going to open to open Rotor Hazard in 1, 2. Also, I'll hold it because I might not have done it. We did do it at one time. 10. Let me see if it'll work. All right. It's good if you can set up a static IP address in your Rotor Hazard for your timer so you know what it is. If you don't, then you're going to have to go into your router which is why it's good to bring your own little router so that you know how to get into it. See, mine is not up, but I'm not on that. So pick that router. Let me try that. See, I was on the wrong Wi-Fi network. I was on my home Wi-Fi network, and the router's plugged in to that white one back there. So let me try it again. Come on. So just do this in a Chrome window. All right. Let's see. If it is a different IP, then because this is my router, I have the software to go inside the router and check what the Raspberry Pi is set up as. And give me a second to see if it's going to find it. No, so it can't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into all right, what I'm trying to do now is find out what the IP address is of the can you use an extended router? Yeah, you're just going to lose bandwidth. Just print some drawers. That's good too.
What?
So I got Jim Pat signed up for the Soki. Justin Adams is about to sign up. I text Rob to see if he's racing, and I text Zach Mosier to see if he's racing. Get them signed up.
Okay.
And then I think that's all of our pilots, ain't it?
I don't know. I'll have to look at on MultiGP to see who all I know is coming and who all signed up.
I got Preston signed up on the Soki.
Let me find out how to get YouTube.
I couldn't find Daryl or Damon. You might have to text him yourself because he signed up on ours, but not Soki.
Okay.
Yes, I got to find this IP address. Give me just a second. Should have did this before. We did used to have it set up as a static IP address, which meant that it kept the same IP address every time. But we ran into an issue with that and had to re-flash everything. Part of a race here.
Sorry, I'm quiet. I've been sending out messages and
Yeah.
trying to get everything lined up for this race. And Tears is back there texting the pilots that we know is coming that didn't sign up for
Saying why?
Baron is gonna walk Zach Mosier through signing up for multi-GP and Sophie tonight. So that's another pilot.
okay.
I just tell Marty that we just got 3 more pilots signed up for Sophie.
Yeah, she got three of the pilots that wasn't signed up for Soki signed up on Soki now.
Okay, which ones were those?
Bad Frog,
Bad Frog, Preston,
and Jolly Condor.
Yeah, I got
and
the.
Jolly Condor.
I got right now. I got Bad Frog, Crippled Carbon, Jolly Condor, MDM FPV, Mount FPV, Fat Pastor, Preston FPV, Rad Baron, Tweezy, and Z King FPV.
Yep, and then you'll have 2 more pilots by the end of the night if it goes the way it's supposed to go.
Okay. There we go.
Baron said they might start setting up tomorrow.
Okay.
I've got a ladder gate in my truck. You know that ladder gate you asked me for,
Mm-hmm.
and I went ahead and threw my bag in there with all of my tube gates. So we've got like 4 or 5 tube gates. If y'all want to use that.
Okay. Well, they're talking about possibly starting to set the shop up tomorrow, or at least what we can, and maybe do some messing around and flying in the shop there tomorrow, just goofing off.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe have it at least part of the way set up when we walk in. But because I'm sure they'll want to add your gates or substitute gates out with your gates. So if ours don't have maybe some of the ones that don't have lights or something.
Is Rob on there texting you yet?
No, I haven't heard from Rob. I don't think.
That's the only pilot that we need to know if he's signing up or coming or what.
No, it's supposed to be the password.
I don't know.
Because now we got Zach.
I don't know if I ever heard Rob say he was coming or not. Now that I think about it,
Right.
he might be busy.
Let's
It's all lowercase. Show it to me.
for the multi GP race, we have Marty, we have my dad, we have Bad Frog, we have Mount FPV, we got Justin, you, Rad Baron, Josh supposedly, Daryl, Preston,
Why's that?
Sean, Tweety, and then on the Silky race, we got Marty, Tweezy, my dad, you, Rad Baron, Daryl, Casey, Preston, Bad Frog. We don't have Justin Adams on this one yet.
I think
Can Marty see
isn't
it?
Jolly Condor Justin Adams
Yeah, but he's not on there yet.
on Soki?
On Soki, yeah.
Didn't you say you have Jolly Condor on your list?
Yes.
Yeah, he does. So he's signed up for Soki then.
Let me see. 2 clients.
So I can't see him on when I sign up.
Raspberry 124. So let me show you guys what I've had to do. Had to go in to the wavelength. You can see down there on the bottom. You don't have to read it. This is the app for the wavelength router, and if you have to do it, you're looking for Raspberry Pi. I don't know if you can see that. It's big. Wrong. There we go. You're looking for Raspberry Pi, and then your IP address will be right under that. It's right here. I'm going to copy that in, and if I put that in up here, paste, colon, you need 5,000 at the end of it. There we go. That opens you up into Rotor Hazard. So, yeah. That's why it's good. We have had it set up with a static IP twice, and it keeps getting deleted for different reasons. We had to update the Rotor Hazard to 4.0, whatever that is. So let me see. I'm going to try something here. I should be able to do the same thing. Type in the same IP address into 2 computers. This little iPad here. And the reason for that is because I want to be able to, I know I got a little section going on here. Let me get back off of this. All right. You can see this here. So I want to be able to do my Rotor Hazard through a different computer, because in Rotor Hazard, I'm going to be doing what's called marshalling. Each pilot is going to go over. They're going to be, while they're flying and practicing, they're flying over the timer, and it's going to give peaks. I'll show you this stuff here in a little bit, and you tune each node to somebody's clock, and after they fly a few rounds and stuff, it should remember them. The problem that I'm worried about is that the Rotor Hazard remembers them and the difference. See, one of the things that I'm going to have to work on there that's going to be new for me, in Rotor Hazard, it remembers if you got 16 pilots, if you got 2 people on all 8 frequencies, and say Zach and I are both on R2 or R whatever, R1, R2, doesn't matter. We're both on the same channel. as we're going through and Zach's flying, we got him pulled up, and it's remembering his thresholds. If his VTX is a little weaker, it's moving the bars for him, and it remembers in Z King FPV's threshold was so certain. Then when Fat Pastor comes in, if mine's stronger, it will remember that. And I've been told that Trackside doesn't do that yet. And one of the reasons why it doesn't is because Trackside, as you're moving from round to round, it will switch your channels. I mean, if it's when you say if you got 4 racers in a loser's bracket that come from 2 different races, what if the 2 people that lost out of 2 different rounds both were on R2? One of them's going to have to change. And Trackside does that automatically for you. It'll tell you so-and-so Z King FPV is changing to R4. Then that's when you've got to go in while Trackside's running, doing its thing. You've got to go in watching the video feed, and as Zach comes by, if it's not registering a lap for him, you click a button, tell it to register the lap, and then you adjust the Rotor Hazard on the fly. And so that's really why you need 2 of them going, because one's running and doing its own thing. I hope and I think, and if anybody's watching from Trackside and Rotor Hazard, that would be so great if whatever magic programming, whatever it is that Rotor Hazard's doing to remember pilot name Z King FPV's quad is weaker than Fat Pastor's quad, and they're both on this or that, or if it just remembers the threshold. But then when you change to another node, I don't know if, because another node could read it. See, my quad and Zach's quad could be totally different outputs on different channels. So I may be asking for something there that's just not possible. So we are 192, 168, 10. And see, what I'm wondering is if I make the change on one, if I got Rotor Hazard running on 2 systems, but I got to run it on here for Trackside to pick it up and understand it. But I don't want to be messing with Trackside. I want Trackside. So basically, on this one laptop, Rotor Hazard is going to be running in the background, which it's not very big. Trackside's going to be running. Rotor Hazard, Trackside, and OBS is going to be streaming out through YouTube. And you want to kind of let that computer, my understanding, you want to kind of let that laptop, that computer do its thing. And so I want to see when I pulled it up, when I access Rotor Hazard through 2 different computers at the same time, I'm not on the right Wi-Fi. No. All right, so it's open.
You don't put it in there, you put it in here.
So what I'm doing now, this is something that I'll have to do before the race, is I'm going to go into Yeah, I've got Rotor Hazard open. You can see it here. I'm actually further into it than I am here. The Rotor Hazard is open on both laptops, so that's not a problem. I'm in the events here. So I've got to put the pilot. I'll have to go in and manually put each of the pilots in, and
Yeah, baby. Oh, baby. Hey, baby.
well, no, looks like you might want me to log in and make changes.
Hey.
Hello, Taz. Taz. Zayden. I was thinking of the dog snoring. How are you doing, buddy? You doing
So
good?
I'm making my weekly appearance.
Making his weekly drone appearance.
That's gross. Put your tongue back in your mouth. So when I grow up, I'm gonna fly drones too.
Oh, are you?
Get a little bit older. And I can do it now. He can work a tablet. He's got that figured out. Here, go play. Go play.
Okay, there we are. Save it. Okay, I just need to log in. All right. See where I'm at here now.
Hey, baby. Hey.
I can get both of them in the same place. I'm on it. Just for Clipper. Great stream.
I'm excited for this race.
Hey, quit. Zayden.
It's going to be even harder to podium on this one. We're going to have to race you and Daryl this time.
Oh, well,
It's going to be.
I ain't got no magic.
You're pretty good, man. Hey, he's going ham with the Febreze.
Thank you.
Can't play with that.
It's all that tiny whoop go I've been doing after I get off the phone with everybody.
Yeah, we need to get some more people on there.
I know. I agree. All right, see, I'm in the same place. If you see here, I'm in sensor tuning and all that, the same place here. So you'll have to go in. This is a Rotor Hazard tutorial here, basically. I don't want to get into all of that, but I'm going to have to set all of this up. This, as you can see, it's reading. It's showing 8 nodes. Sensor tuning. You see all eight of these nodes. Let me find a quad and plug up a quad of some kind. By the way, I'll be bringing some of these to the race for you guys that like these. I really like them. Turn them one way.
That is cool.
in one way or not. All right. Now,
I don't have enough batteries to fill one of those up, though.
oh, you will if you keep with racing. This is on 400 milliwatts, so you're going to see it spike more than one channel. So there we go. Hope you guys can see that. It's really spiking R4, R6, and R8. Well, which this battery went dead and the VTX stopped.
Is that little flywoo that I flew?
No. That
What was
is
the one I flew?
that's this one.
Oh, okay. Hey, I actually liked that little thing. It flew good. Flew better than I expected it to, for sure.
Dude, let me see how much. This is a little thing too. Going to be doing DT 2.0. Get you one of these. It's a little beta FPV tester, and it will tell you what that battery is.
Oh, I need to get one of those.
So this one's good. So we can. Well. Let's see this one. This one's on. This one's HD0. Let's see what it does.
I'll be right back.
All right. You guys can see here, this one's on 25 milliwatts. It's on R8. You can probably see how that's peaking. You see the red and orange lines? That's what we'll go and adjust. And yeah. But that's what the signal looks like when you're passing through the fat pasture. You move out from behind him, and it crosses, and it goes back. And that's basically what it does. You will adjust those red lines, the red and orange lines for each person.
No.
I'm sorry, I'll have to be right back.
That's all right. I'll mute you on the stream. So that's working. Let me remember juggling the plates, guys. Okay. So here's all 8 of the nodes. And let's see, I can add a profile. Here, come on. Got to get used to this little IBM pad. I'm not a big Windows user, guys. Let's just call this Whoop. All right. So we got that. All right, eccentric tuning. What we got to do is we got to go in and we got to add pilots. That's something I'm probably going to do off camera. Marshall that's something you'll probably once you get your pilots in, marshalling is where you'll go in to change where somebody's got different readings. Basically, what it's doing is it's reading your RSSI as it goes in and it comes out. It enters at 96. which is your red line. And watch as I move this orange line right here. If I can, I don't have a mouse on this. See that 86 at the bottom moving? And that's all you basically do. You'll do it graphically as they pop over. You want the peak to be right just above the red line, and where they're coming in at the beginning of the peak and the end of the peak, you want that to be in the orange there. So, and I do use adaptive. I've turned most of this stuff off because Trackside has its own sounds and voices and all of that stuff. So, in audio controls also, see, it's got
Rotor Hazard.
Yeah.
Rotor Hazard.
So pilot's call signs, we're going to go ahead and, since this is on a new machine, never. I don't want it to call it out because they will conflict with each other, because Trackside is going to be doing all of that, calling it out. Now, if you're just running Rotor Hazard, don't turn this stuff off. You need it. But if you're running Trackside, let it do it. Just a little bit. See this thing? This one, my buttons are up here on this new IBM, and they're down here on the bottom on this old one. So it's, but I got this Ryzen 7, 16 gigs of RAM in it with a Vega 10. I had some affiliate money and some Amazon gift card money where we returned some things. So I got $86 off of this and ended up only paying $111 shipped for this new HP Elite Book. Now, it doesn't have a touch screen like the other one. I don't hardly ever use that. Anyway, the tone volume is, I think I've got that silenced, but that's normally loud anyway. All right. Event action. I don't want to add any actions. Don't want to do any LEDs. Just click this to close this back down. System, this is where I'd shut it down. When it starts beeping and it starts telling me that I need to close Rotor Hazard, shut it down. Just don't unplug your battery. Shut down Rotor Hazard before you back out. So let's go to event. I think it's where I want to go. Some pilots. There we go. Pilot 1. All right. Now, I don't know if you guys. Let's see here. Vega graphics capped at 2 gigabytes, but you can borrow from the RAM. It's called shared graphics. Help boost the frames per second. Yeah, both of them have 16 gigs of RAM in it. I'm thinking about updating this one to 32. I think I can go up to 32 on that. So yeah. Who was it? Was it Bitterroot? Was it you that was having issues with your Rotor Hazard? What's somebody want? Those lipo checkers, you have up to 8S. Yeah. I know you can actually. I don't have a mouse pad. Come on, that's enough. I got too much junk laying around. That's what I haven't even opened the video yet. I haven't even got into the video stuff yet. Slide the rotor hazard out of the way. There we go. Switch the little cam to the bigger view. Okay. Come on. Come on. Mouse. Is my mouse dying on me? My mouse is actually. Dying on me tonight. Bear with me. I've got another USB mouse here. If I just know where the dongle's at, the dongle would be inside, and it's not. You know, people tried. They tried to warn me about live streaming. There were several people just like, "You sure you want to do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." Now, there we go. Let's see if I can plug this thing up and charge it and use it at the same time. Maybe. Yep. Okay. Use a Speedy B adapter. Come on. I'm going back and reading. Does it have to be another? Fat Pastor, does it have to be another laptop or can it be a tablet? View Rotor Hazard threshold to me. I don't know. You know, because it is browser based. That's a good question. Let's see if there's any juice in my iPad mini. No. Maybe I'll do it with my phone. An iPad could do it. Shouldn't the phone be able to do it? But let's see. I'm just going to go into a browser and type the IP address. Let's go. Oh, I'm about to change that about this one. Just going to sleep on me already? No. Don't be going to sleep so fast. All right, 168 squirrel dot 10. Maybe you can log into Rotor Hazard. I don't know. I won't say the last 3 just so that I don't want somebody to log in and jacking my Rotor Hazard up as I'm setting it up for this race for Saturday. My phone's not logging in so far. Plug up my iPad over here. Get it charging. Let me pull out the old microphone. So I'm having troubles. Caster, which is something regular. The Melon one, I don't know which one it was. Oh, the iPad is charging. So let me see. The phone is not wanting to do it. It's kind of trying to take a crap on me. Let's see if I can put the 5. I'm trying it on my phone right now. Greenhorn, but this one, so people can read it. Do you have to use another laptop, or can it be a tablet to view the Rotor Hazard thresholds? Right now, my iPhone is not pulling it up. Use the SpeedyB adapter. I think so. Yes. Yeah, I'm not getting anything by trying to pull it up through my iPhone. So, of course, that don't mean that Android won't do it. It's just not something that I'm. Yeah, it's got a port on it. I'd have to take it apart right now, and it's running. So, responding to a pastor here. Text me. My cough has been trying to come back. They actually put me back on antibiotics yesterday. I don't know yet. Around here, people are just getting respiratory stuff that's sticking around and sticking around. I don't know if it's that white lung stuff that's going around Ohio or what. I believe it is, Kiz. I believe the fan is. I know it just plugs in to the Rotor Hazard or the Nuclear Hazard board. It's a spot for it on there. So on the Nuclear Hazard, it is. On the Rotor, on the Delta 5, you just find some pins and let it do its thing. On pins. So, yeah. That's okay. Squirrel. I'm spinning too many hats. Thanks. Thanks for the $4.99 super chat. Let's race, y'all. Yep. Well, I wish you could come and join us. I know that you can't though, but love to have you with us. So, all right. Where am I at? I've not even got to the video yet, have I? I'm not going to go through setting up the racers yet. The first thing that I wanted to check and see is can both. Let me see here if it in the audio tuning. The audio controls didn't update it. No. The changes that I made on the other one did not apply in this one. here, where I went in and I changed all of the
Rotor Hazard.
where I changed all of the audios to never on the other one. So I guess you got to have them set up the same way or something. I don't know. I'm going to go in and do this. And don't, that this stuff can be a bit much. On a new pilot, but if you've learned beta flight and all that stuff, you can get this. There is a learning curve with it. I mean, so just don't think that you're going to jump into Rotor Hazard in trackside without taking some time. You're just going to have to do that. All right. So then you'll go in and you'll set up your heats. You'll set up your pilots and you'll set up your heats. And what I think I'm going to do is just like leave 8 channels running in an open practice with no limit and all that stuff, and do my heats from trackside. But I got to make sure that the call signs are all in there and everything's in there. So I'm trying to think how I want to do this. For table space, I'm wondering, I'll close this laptop for right now because I'm about to break out the Event VRX and we just got chat going on and amongst each other. I like to see that. I think for now, I'm going to have to pilots. There we go. Under format now. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to let this battery run down and be pressed. We're at 356, 355 on these sails. So what I'm going to do, here's the pilots. I'll have to go in and set up pilots, their names. You can set their colors for what LEDs, like if you were doing a tiny trainer race, what color they'd be racing and all that kind of stuff. It's not important here, but I'll set up all 10, 12, whatever we end up getting pilots, and yeah, I'll do that after I shut everything down, and I show you. So shut down Rotor Hazard. Let me make sure I did it in here on this one too. And there goes my phone down into the abyss. This area between my desk and You're in my belly. Let's let you charge for a little bit. Whoever was asking the question about the iPad later, let's see who that was. Was that Big Root? I will probably be on the Discord after the stream tonight, just in voice chat, setting up names. There was a few people this morning need to help them with setting up their radios. A lot of people got some new gear for Christmas. Come on. Go. All right. So when I shut it down from one, it shut it down on the other one. So that's good. That's not something that I've got to worry about now. All right. So I'm going to turn this off. It was just about to start beeping at me. Did y'all hear it? It's getting angry. When I don't unplug it, it'll sit here and then it will get angry at me. Golly, I gotta work on this. 60 is tight. All right. That needs to be charged. Over there by the charger. Okay. Now, video. Video's a different beast altogether. I have two different video setups I can use. One, of course, is the Event VRX. You've heard me say that from HD0, and the other is the Hawkeye 4 Eyes. I'm not going to set that up tonight. I'm going to show you that. I've done that before on the channel. Let me still show something in my head here. This is a lot of stuff. Stormtrooper sticker that's not wanting to stay stuck. Throw it away. Got more stickers than I can stick on. Crap anyway. This is now I paid a little bit more for this case because the Event VRX it's kind of spendy. Even though I got a pre-production release. Y'all hear that printer making noise? All right. We gotta have this. This takes 4 individual HDMIs and puts it into one. And that's what we'll need to run the overlays, or to run the video in the overlays on the trackside. This is a little piece of gear. This is a DVR. You can take HDMI in and out. You put a little USB drive right there where my finger's at, like a little thumb drive, and it will actually just record straight to that and pass through your DVR. It's a good little thing to have. It works really good. we tried it out at the last race, and actually found out that one of our pilots, I won't say any names, one of our pilots had a habit of skipping gates to keep up with others. And the DVR don't like it. So, all right. Part of me that kind of dreads taking this out because it's got a lot of wires and a lot of stuff to hook up. I'm gonna set this all right over there. Right there. Stay right there. Okay. I'll show you. Here's the Event VRX. You gotta have. This is the adapter for. I'll label stuff because I'm too dumb. This is the HD, the power adapter for the. For this. This is the DVR. This one's for the four-way splitter, which is this. I am using the OREI HD 401MR. Has a little remote with it, which is right here. I don't know if you guys can see that stuff, but I want to get it out. And so let's do this. Let's see if y'all can see me right there. Hey, that's a different view. All right. So I recommend having lots of outlets at your disposal because you're probably going to be running 2 laptops, 3 screens, well, a total of 3 screens. This will take, without running the, just to get the HD0 Event VRX into the computer, you're probably going to need 3 power plugs. So I'm going to plug this up first. And you have to be careful. You get these mixed up. I don't know if you can see that there, but this is DC 5 volts. I don't know if you can read that. You plug the 12 volt into it, and you're going to fry a $100 piece of kit right there. And so nobody wants to do that. All right. Then you got a buttload of HDMI cables, which you're going to need. So we'll set this over here to the side. All right. $30 minutes on one print, 2.5 hours on another. Started the third, 2.5 hours pushing PLA. Been running 3 printers for almost a month straight. Wow. Little downtime for any of them. Wow, man. I've been running my Bamboo like crazy. It's over there printing. I don't know if you can see that. I'll show it later. Not tonight. I'll show it in a different stream or at the live stream or whatever. Let me get back focused on what I was at. Okay. HDMI cords. You're going to need 4, 5. You're going to need at least 5. But then if you split the signal off to a screen to show people, then you're going to need 6 HDMI cables. If you run the DVR, you'll need 7. So, for the video capture, I'm going to set this over with that. I'm not going to do video capture tonight. Also, keep your Desitin packets. In your electronics, when your kids get toys or something, keep these. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm packing up after a race and we just took the race down and all that, I'm sweaty, tired, and so and just it's good to have Desitin packets in there with your electronics, just to soak up moisture. And let me show you guys this real quick. Open it first. My Event VRX, it did not come like I told you. Mine was, yeah, I have you on the case here, shouldn't I? Mine was a pre-production or a pre-release. I don't think it's pre-production, so I don't know some of the difference in it. The vents on the side are a little different. It come in a plain brown box, but it had this foam around it. I've kept it because it's that thicker, denser foam, and I use it along with the foam that came with this case to keep this secure. If you take care, it's kind of like a gun. You take care of your guns will take care of you. You take care of your gear will take care of you. And so I'm going to pull this out, but I kind of wanted to show you guys that some of the other stuff was thrown in there. Here's another Desitin packet. Just got them thrown all in here. So yeah, do that. This Zach's back, and he's probably been back for 20 minutes sitting here, and I'm not letting him in. I'm coming in. If I can get my mouse to let you in. There you go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. You been waiting there long?
Just a little while.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. I texted you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You've been back from, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Almost 20 minutes. So, wow. All right. And here's the Event BRX. Pricey.
How much does one of those run, Marty?
$599. They're not cheap. But I mean, the thing is made like a flipping tank.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's like
Label, everything.
the go-to.
Yeah. And I just run circular polarized antennas on it. Run these here. Let's see. Come on, Ken. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to get into a situation where I'm going to have so many cords, this camera's going to get lost in the mix. So just running, that is a true RC, right-hand circular polarized. You have 2 antennas for all 4 channels. I don't really know how that works, but it does. And I use these, the taller ones, to get it further up off the table, because at races you're going to have people walking around with cans of soda and bottles of water, and that's one thing that I'm pretty as an event coordinator. No drinks on or around the the timer and video table. He says as he takes a drink, but sets it back on his charger. I'll buy another charger all day long. Big shout out to Tom for helping me acquire this. I didn't know if you get things at a discounted price, then you're considered sponsored. If that's the case, then I'm a sponsored pilot and didn't know it. All right. So let's look at what we got here. Come ride with me for a second. You got the Event VRX. This is 4 channels. I've got them all set up on race band. R2, R4, 6, and 8. You can change them up and down, and your side to side just takes you from channel to channel. See the little notch there on the bottom? And right now I'm running 2, 4, 6, and 8. Now when we go, we'll just have to, as the pilots come up, you're just gonna have to watch it. Now, bigger chapters and stuff, they'll be running 2 of these, and they'll have 1 through 8, or 1 through 8, or they'll be doing the IMDb or whatever channel setup they're doing. I don't have the money for that yet. The channel don't, and neither does Soki. So we just run 4. Now I could run this and the 4 eyes, but I'd have to buy an 8-way splitter, and I still don't think it would work because the 4 eyes only does 4 channels, and it does a 2x2, which is 2 across and 2 up and down. It only exports that out, so I don't know that I could run this. Each channel here will export either an HDMI or an analog signal, and it doesn't matter whether the pilot is flying analog or HD. Video is, I use the HDMI on all of them because I primarily fly HD0, and it works. If it's analog, it still outputs. So next thing I'm going to do here is I've got 4 relatively inexpensive 1 foot long HDMI cables, and these will run from the Event VRX to the black splitter box, and I will show you guys that once I get it set up. If you see anything in the comments, Zach, that needs to be read or anything, just put my attention to it.
All right.
That's right. Did I say in that video that I was going to do a follow-up video for the 4 eyes? If I did, and I didn't,
Yeah.
then I'm sorry. I don't think you can get them anymore, can you?
He said the Greenhorn said the Hawkeye FPV 4 eyes will virtually do the same thing for cheaper. The only thing is, it only does analog.
That's correct. But can you get it?
So I'll pick mine up for $170 on Alley, even did the 2-week payment plan.
They got them for $170 on AliExpress. Let me look at that. Let me see.
Yeah, that's
Let me see that. That's something to
very
look at.
intriguing.
Yeah, let me pull that up. Because for $170, Of course, I got mine. I did get mine for free.
So now I'm a complete noob, but he's saying that Hawkeye instead of Rotor Hazard.
Well, yeah, that's for video.
Is that what he's saying? And like instead of going Rotor Hazard, you can do Hawkeye for way cheaper.
No. It's
Okay, you want her to go to sleep?
Rotor Hazard is doing timing, and Hawkeye will do video.
Oh, okay. I got you.
You gotta wait a little bit.
So let me pull up AliExpress here. See that.
You gotta wait.
Do you
Lay down.
have a link? Greenhorn? On that squirrel.
Here.
Yes, it's definitely cheaper than the Event VRX. But 4 Eyes will not do HD0. Don't you just hate it when you can't get to a site for all of the stupid coupons? Sign up for coupons here. All right, where's the search? You're not searching AliExpress unless you're wrong. I don't know what the password is. I'm going to hunt for it. I don't want to log in. What do you search? Oh well, I'll look it up later. It's saying that evidently I've got to log in before it will let me search AliExpress. But if anybody wants to search it, it was called the Hawkeye 4 Eyes. And and I try to hook channel 1 into channel 1 on channel 1 from the Event VRX to channel 1 on the box here. Because that will help you later, because you can do many different screen orientations of this. You can do just one, you can do two, you can do all different variations of 4 different shapes. So now we have the Event VRX running to this. Now we got to run this out into a capture card and into you know what I mean? You know what I mean about just So much stuff.
Okay, I got you, Greenhorn. And I'll check out that link.
All right. Okay, so we got some stuff here. If you're out looking for something good, this is perfect to take to races and put all your gear in, like your cables and. Capture device. Another good thing to get for races and to have is one of these. That's a multi-USB charger. It's
Oh.
got that port, so that if people want to charge things, have it. Extra Cat 5 cable's always good. All right, I'll put the HDMI capture. Yep. Put it in there with the 4 eyes. This is a cheap one. I've got the Elgato hooked up to my Mac right now.
Okay.
All right. So what this is an HDMI cable that's going to go from the output of the splitter box into a USB port on a computer that you're running trackside on. Yeah. Let's see how it goes with this.
Hey, where's that weird splitter box thing at that you got me at that store, that Amazon store? Hang on. Let me see if I can find something real quick to show you.
Last time I seen it was in that top drawer.
Top drawer?
Or the bottom. There you go.
It's
Daddy's looking at something. You need to lay down. I'm gonna put the gecko up.
No.
Then you better lay down.
Okay.
Lay down.
all right. Let's see what we do here.
Lay down. No, Daddy doesn't want the gecko.
Why are you not watching video?
Let me see. Were you holding her?
Lay down.
You don't want her no more? Here,
Lay down.
lay down with her.
Her this cute. Lay down.
Here. Come here.
Oh, that's me.
Okay, come here. Come lie down.
I'm gonna turn your TV off. Okay, get up here and lay down.
I must not be able to use
You're
it.
blanking.
A lot of people use these cheap. Really?
Lay down. Cass, get up here. Come on. Lay
A
down.
lot of people use these
No.
cheap.
Lay down.
My iPad is now bad.
I couldn't find it, but I think I have one of those splitters.
An HDMI splitter.
Yeah, it'll like let you do, like you can put an SD card in it too. Like it does all kinds of crap. Like it's got HDMI in and out, and you can put SD cards in it. And
All right, I'm gonna have to step over here. I'm gonna lose my audio because my iPad Pro is dying and it doesn't like the starter. Really? Move all this stuff. Oh. Bear with me. Got a case of the fat guy in a little space. Fat guy in a little coat. Since my audio is running through my iPad right now, I don't want my iPad to go. There we go. Now
Where's
that's
your echo?
oh,
Be careful.
ah.
Lay down. Lay down.
Oh.
No, you don't want to hold your body. Lay down. Awesome.
Fat
Get
guy in a
her.
little space. Link in the Discord.
Where are you going?
I'll have it.
yeah, he said he was hungry.
Wow, 155. I'm gonna have to pick up another one of those. At that price, you can't beat that. Let me share my screen. Hey, Zayden. How you doing, man? You know I'm talking to you even though I'm not looking at you, right? Hi, buddy. Share screen. Boom. Show it on screen. There we go. That is the Hawkeye 4 Eyes. I didn't know it was still on sale. Put it on a tripod. Oh. might have to add that to the El Carte. Is that like one of the cheapest prices? Let's see. Copy. I'm assuming that it is. You probably found the best deal. I didn't think they were selling them anymore. Yep. This FPV hobby shop I've bought from them before.
No, Zayden, I'm gonna turn the TV off and you're gonna get him spanking.
Okay,
Alright.
4 eyes.
Here we go.
This one's like -2. The other one
I don't know
was
nothing about any of that.
here's one for 148. See, I think the blue version was the earlier versions in the black and the gray cases. I think are a later version. I'll add them to cart, even though I haven't signed in. All right, thanks. Greenhorn. Yeah, that will work. All right, let me get back here to what's going on. Let's look here.
That is very interesting, though.
Why is it saying no signal?
Is there a disadvantage to going with that, though? Does it like not integrate with Rotor Hazard, or?
Yeah, it'll integrate with Rotor Hazard.
So there's not really a disadvantage to going with the Hawkeye?
The disadvantage is you can only do analog.
Oh,
And you've only got either a solid one person screen or a 4-4 or what's called 2-2, which is 4 screen.
yeah.
I don't know. What channel was that?
Trackside only. Okay.
What channel was this on? Was it R8 that I was reading the signal?
Oh yeah, it's definitely would be cool to stand there and watch the pilots raise their heats and be able to,
Yeah.
I think it also makes everybody keep integrity about hitting their gates, knowing that, there's people standing there watching their screen while they're flying too. So
Yeah. Some people. You'd be surprised that some people. Some people don't. I might break my TV because I'm having issues with this one.
Zayden,
Oh my God, I'm gonna chicken.
are you sleepy?
You Holly?
No, no.
That's Daddy's. Mommy has mine. Look, Mommy has mine. I have mine. Look.
Oh, you know
Sitting
Are you sleepy?
Harry going to milk when
It's on Daddy's nightstand.
Here, go get it.
Go get your milk.
It's on my side.
It's over
Your
here.
milk.
Probably gonna have to use the Elgato. Give me just a second.
Look on the table.
Do what now?
They're probably gonna have to use the Elgato on this. Little,
Oh
My laptop speakers are not so great.
where's your on and off button? This is what I get for trying to use a different monitor. Oh, so when the light's on, the monitor's off? That's stupid. Okay. Let me get this hooked back up and working. And I'll try the Elgato. And good to have this with that. And good to have this with that. Why is this? You got signal. Oh,
There's your milk.
that graphic card just.
Baby.
Oh. Here's that thing. I wasn't sure what it was.
Does one go in and two out, or what? Oh yeah, yeah. I have one of these. This is yeah.
But it's I don't know what this is.
It's a it's an extension. You can plug it into your USB-C, or whatever, and it will give you an
You want a
HDMI, an extra HDMI or SD card reader slots or more USBs. Yeah. See, this
Oh,
is
okay. Here you go.
the end of it. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's for like your laptop then.
Has it got USB-C on the end of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably for a Mac or something like a MacBook Air that's only got one Thunderbolt cable, one Thunderbolt port into it. You can plug that into it and get more.
Well,
My monitor here is out on me. It's not wanting. As soon as I'm thinking we'll have to restart Windows. Let me try some.
yeah. She went to one of those Amazon box stores. They get like the
Mm-hmm.
unclaimed Amazon crates or something. I don't know. And but you can go and dig through it, and she's seen this for like $1, and she
There you
figured
go.
it was, looked like something that I would use, so she just got it.
Yeah. Definitely not something that hurt.
Get it, baby. Get it.
Definitely my Windows laptop. I took this laptop and plugged it right into it. Start working.
Get it.
So let me try the Elgato
You get it.
into this one. Wow. Where do I set it? All right. You want to get out of the way. Okay. Y'all see this mess? You see this mess? Look at this. This. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4,
Get the other one.
5, 6 displays. This one here stopped projecting over here to this one after I hooked that cheap
No, that one.
that cheap HDMI, whatever it's called. I'll got to quit working. I plug it into this laptop and it starts working. You start this, but this one's got everything pulled up on it, and in the middle it's pull up. So I'm going to try to run the video through this, and I'm going to start with Elgato. So just like the hobby that we're in, sometimes you've got to. Sometimes SLRS will not bind
You said it.
through Betaflight pass-through, so you've got to use the Wi-Fi. And other times it runs fine through the Wi-Fi.
Did you get it?
The Elgato is a much better.
Daddy.
Your kid put on his boots.
I'll kill. Come here.
Are you trying to show everybody your boots?
Puppy. 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 Puppy.
That's a boot.
Puppy.
No, a boot.
A boat.
A boot.
Puppy.
What you talking about?
Happy.
He's showing off his Christmas boots.
All right.
Quit doing that. That's gross.
Look at this.
Look at his boot. You boot licker.
Hey, those are my marshmallows.
My marshmallows now.
And Daddy's gonna give them back.
Here.
He's just getting some.
All right, now
Here.
let's try the Como Oregato HD. Over here. USB. USB over on this side. Switch cameras. Where do I switch cameras? Elgato. There we go, but we're not showing any signal. No signal. What I'm trying to figure out is why I have no signal coming from the Elgato or coming from the Event BRX. I have none. All right, and I should have. I've got video on R8 and I've got this set to R8. So there's something wrong with my splitter box here, and I don't know what it is. Where's my remote? Well, I'm definitely going to bring the 4 eyes as a backup now. I think my splitter box may be defective. I'll tell you how I can tell. Let's take this. Plug that. And HDMI in. It's definitely my splitter box. Oh, what was that camera? Lord, I'm sorry, guys. We can see there. You guys can see there that the Elgato is working now. I took it and bypassed my splitter box. There's something going on with the splitter box. I've got this little quad right here. And so I know the Vent VRX is working. See, right. So problem's got to lie in my splitter box. I didn't do something right with my splitter box. Let me figure that out. This is why it's always pain. Could have a bad HDMI cable somewhere, don't know it. So, all right. I know that cable is good. And print is done. HDMI in. So HDMI out. Yeah. Out goes to in. And 4. You should show me the split screen anyway. All right, it's showing 4's got a channel. Nothing coming through my splitter box. Suck, man. It don't smell like it's burnt. I don't know what the deal is. It should be working, but it's not.
Well, it looks like it's getting power, ain't it?
Yeah, it's getting power. That's for sure. I'm going to unplug it. Let it sit for a second.
You think one of your cords might be bad or something?
No, I've never had it. I've never had to do this. I've had it not be on the right mode. I've got 2 channels lit up on the Event VRX, and it should be bringing them in. It might be an analog only race. No HD0. Till I figure out what's going on with this. That's why I always bring the 4 eyes too as a backup. I'm gonna take it and plug it straight into the monitor instead of running through the computer and see what I get with it. But what this would do is it's just like, I don't remember now, we are 2 hours and 35 minutes. I can do it after stream tonight. Since I've got everything out, I'll pull the. Should have got my TV that I know it all works well with, and plug that up.
Grab that passy right there by the tiny wood.
Daddy.
Oh man.
HD0 over there. So. Yeah, there's things that I need to check. That's another part of coordinating is your gear doesn't always the gear doesn't always work like it's supposed to, and
Bridget just ruins her life to save ours. It's not right. She deserves to be happy as much as we do. They all do.
it feels like I'm just forgetting something. You know how when you're troubleshooting a quad, think of what
There's only one thing that will ever make you happy, and only one person who can provide it. One person.
one bad HDMI cable that causes it to run. This one looks does. And I got more cables. NASA.
How? Why? Why would you do this?
Because she didn't think you would want some. Hello. Is it you at that door?
Don, finish her. No.
Wait! King Russell, are you doing something, weren't you?
Yeah, it was. I just thought it was too much pizza.
Me too. That feeling? That was happiness.
But you have to eat troll to be happy. Everyone does that. Have you?
But King Russell's never eaten troll in his life, right?
No, I haven't. And yet here I am. My belly empty and my heart full. Don't listen to her. There's only one way to be happy.
Why?
Leave me in solitude. I'll serve you troll.
All right. Yep, I'm going to have to definitely troubleshoot that. I might have to order me another one of the 4-in-1s.
Happiness isn't something you put inside, it's already there. Sometimes you just need someone to help you find it.
Do you think I can be happy?
Of course, it's inside you, it's inside of all of us. And I don't think
That's working. Yep. That's but dance, 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 dance. Oh, wow. I'll show y'all this. I already got the cords out, but I'm some more.
Now I am queen of decree that pump time is alt.
Like this little battery here, this little all line 4,000 milliamp. It's got a little voltmeter on the side of it.
I never seen that before.
Yeah, see, here's the 4 eyes. And look, immediately it comes on and Elgato. See?
Cool.
And
But that only works with analog,
only with analog.
which that wouldn't, I don't think that would be terrible for the local pilots. I think all of like the local pilots, like 30 miles of me, at least have an analog whoop.
Gonna suck for me. I got analog groups, but so you guys
There are a few of them that are flying HD0.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get this. I'm gonna figure out what's going on with this tonight. I'm gonna have to, do the thing where I'm going to test every one of the 6 HDMI cords to make sure one of them is not, bad and causing it to fail. So.
Oh. And I guess this does kind of have something to do with drones charging your stuff. But there's an app in the App Store. I found it today. It's called like ChargeMate or something like that. Let me see. What was it called?
So that's the 4 eyes, guys. And it was running through the Elgato. And I will definitely bring this with me, but I hope to get this figured out tonight. I don't know what the deal is. I've not had a problem with it before. The only problems I've ever had with it before is that it was on a different screen layout. Can do like it'll do one view, one input, then it'll do like 2, then it'll do like 3, so forth. That's just a matter of hitting the mode button until it gets 4 or 2 like that.
So this app,
Yeah.
it's not gonna show y'all, but it's called Charge Meter. It's in the Play Store.
Mm-hmm.
But it lets you test your charger cords and blocks, so you can plug it into your phone and it'll tell you how much juice you're getting out of that cord and block. And I just found out like 3 of my chargers are horrible. But it tells you like how much it's putting out, what percentage like it'll charge your phone per hour and all that. But I've got some cords that are charging at 1% and 2% an hour. And
Right.
my 100-watt charger here, it's a 100-watt block and cord. It charges like, I wish I could show you, but the camera's not going to allow it. But
Yeah.
this thing charges at like 60 something percent per hour of my battery life, and it has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery.
Really? Wow.
But it's, if you're like needing to charge up goggle packs or transmitters or whatever, and it's taking forever, get this app and check your cords that you're charging stuff up with, and it'll tell you, you know, it might be a fast charger, but your cord might be wore out, you know, because I've got 2 cords over there. They're on fast charger blocks, and they're just barely charging.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I'm going to start unplugging things until I can get some things shut down. And I'm going to close out the stream, and then I'm going to troubleshoot deep into this 4-in-1. Find out if I've got a bad one. If I do, then I'm going to order another one. So yeah, let me wrap this stream up. I'm going to go ahead and close. I think that I only got this camera right here now through the other one.
No.
Come on.
All right, it was a pleasure, and sorry I was bouncing in and out all night.
Well, he was waiting for me to let him in for about 20 minutes. So that was my bad.
Yeah.
That was my bad.
But I feel like I learned a couple things. So
Yeah. We had quite a few viewers till I ran into the problem, and people were like, "Screw that, man! I'm out of here." So there's better stuff to watch than Marty try to troubleshoot video, but that's part of it. So
yeah.
All
I think it's something that you know, a lot of people in our position, or a lot of people that may be thinking about starting up a chapter, you know, it's stuff that they would be interested in watching, but I think the vast majority of people
yeah, I know a
they're
lot
just
of
gonna let it be somebody else's problem.
Yeah, most people look at him like, I don't know part of that. Too many chords. It's a lot of chords. And it's a lot of putting everything back, because I like everything to be in a case where it's safe and it's travelable, or what, that's a word, able to be transported without messing it up. So I've got to figure out what's wrong with this. I'll unplug it for a little while.
I'm sure if we put our heads together, we can figure out what's wrong with it. Might not be anything. It might just be because you're running it through your computer.
I've run it through the computer before.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I don't know. It might just be that there's too much interference or something where everything's close. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to find out. These HDMI cables that I have on them, they're pretty cheap HDMI cables. And I wouldn't think that one bad HDMI cable would cause it not to work, but I don't know. I mean, you can see there's the 4. One of those could be suspect. The power cable's working. It's sending power.
You know, might have to troubleshoot it, and if we can't figure it out, you might have to pop it open and look at it and make sure a capacitor isn't popped or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that too. It don't smell burnt at all.
Well, that's a good sign.
But yeah, if you're still watching and you want to, we'll jump on over to Discord here in just a little bit. Thanks, Zach, for coming out and helping tonight. And I'll see you over on
No
Discord.
problem.
And
All right.
I'll get this stuff figured out. If nothing else, we'll just run analog. For video, I mean, people can still race HD0. They're just not going to have their video on the screen.
Yeah.
We'll still be able to get time on them. It's just people just won't have their video.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that'll be, can't you, well, I'll just talk to you in Discord about it.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right.
Off. Let me you go ahead and disconnect yourself there, and then I will get these other cameras disconnected.
All righty. See you, everybody.
Huh. All right. All right. I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. I know tonight was a crazy and just a crazy stream. But thank you for watching. And wherever you're at, always remember to keep flying and rise up and meet me in the air. Y'all have a happy New Year.